This is my fourth time explaining this. I was just at the other village, making a villager breeder. I successfully breeded a villager. I was also explaining my philosophy on life. If you want to share this with me, tell me in the comments. Don't you think it's kind of weird how our brain talks about itself in the third person? That's what it's doing right now. When someone talks about like a brain, it's talking about the third person. That's because our brains control everything we do. And there's nothing you can do about it, because without our brain, we're just a soft shell. And we just can't stop that. Yeah. Really hoping. Okay. Trash, 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 trash. Trash. Okay, and trash, and trash. Put that there. Okay. When you talk about your own brain, you can't stop speaking in third person. Oh, I love that thing. It's great, and it works perfectly. Anyways, boop. Do not appear to have any actual, wood right now. So, sleep in the tree shop. But isn't it weird how the human brain uncontrollably talks about itself in third person? When you say I, you may mean you might be saying me as in my body as a whole, but in reality, it's just your brain. The human mind is uncontrollably uncomplex. We barely scratch the surface on how this even happened. How did the universe start? What's the meaning of the universe? Is this just like a dream? Is this a simulation? Is life even real? What is in Area 51? Actually, I have the answer for what's in Area 51. Because, well, I don't know what's in it, I just know what it is. Google is not very good at hiding secrets. If you ask Google what's in Area 51, if you, just say to Google Area 51, it actually tells you what it is. Area 51 is an airfield. It's actually just an airfield. Filled with classified stuff that we probably shouldn't know about it. But philosophy is very complex. Everybody has a different answer. Some answers might be similar to others, but as a whole, it's all just a different answer for every person. What is the meaning of the word? What is the meaning of the universe? What's the meaning of the word brain? If police is a noun and a verb, then you can just say like police, 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 and that's still technically a sentence. Because basically, police, 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 police. Because it's a verb and a noun, it's grammatically correct. Do people understand it? Absolutely not. But it's essentially police are policing police who police police. I think. Even I don't know what it means. Only the person who thought of the sentence sort of knows what it means. Nobody knows what the universe is. Maybe it's just a lie. Take this skeleton, for example. We know what it is. We know it's, like, not a fictional creature. It's a real thing. But the question is, why do we make it fiction? Why do we turn real things into fictional things? We know it's a real thing, but for some reason we think of it as a fictional thing. When someone says skeleton, usually the first thing that comes to mind is like a Minecraft skeleton. But in some people, it's a bit more complex than that. They work differently. By they, I'm talking about brain. And yes, I will ignore the skeleton. Brain will ignore the skeleton. The skeleton is brainless. Its AI is what makes it do what it does. We don't have an AI. Or do we? This is what philosophy does. It makes people question themselves and question reality. They often ask the question, is this real? My answer is, who cares? Some people say life is short. But in reality, it's the longest thing you'll ever experience. Yes, I heard a creeper. Take damage. That's what that is. Why do creepers drop gunpowder? Because it's what makes sense. As a species, humans always try and make sense of things. they see an optical illusion, one of the first things they do is see if what you're seeing is actually what's happening. Textures are just colors and depths mixed together to create a solid, or to create like a visible structure. See, like what stone looks like. It looks like stone. It's semi-realistic, like this. Like you see gemstones inside of it. You see iron. You didn't have like different shades of colors. You wouldn't really see it as it is. Like this looks like it's like soil. It doesn't just look like brown mush. It doesn't look like a uniform smoothie of just brown. A slushy of the universe is, it's just a slushy. But when you think about it in that way, when you think about it in the way a philosopher might think about it, the universe is far simpler than you could imagine. To a certain extent, we don't know what's real and we don't know what's not. But once we pass that extent, we know what's real. We don't know, maybe this could be like a real thing. Maybe we're not controlling them. Maybe they're controlling themselves, but maybe they're controlling themselves, but they can only control themselves as we think we're controlling them. That's what philosophy does. It makes people confused about life. The brain is a miniature universe, but could it be the same size as the universe itself? We don't know. We don't understand how or why the universe was created. All we understand is something to do with quantum, which we don't fully understand yet. Philosophers watching this video, tell me, what's your thought about the universe? If I don't agree with you, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'll just say I disagree with you deeply on a personal level. There's a difference, right? There's a difference between screaming I love you and calmly saying I love you. There's a difference between screaming you suck and calmly saying you suck. Vacuums, they suck, right? They make a vacuum. But the better the vacuum, the more it sucks. People don't get super far by fighting. Unless fighting is your job. In which case, why would you do it? Did you decide to? Were you forced to? Why do you think the way you think? I'm out of food. We can see it, we can see it. If I get hungry, we can definitely feel it. We can feel hunger. We can see hunger. When we're out of food, we can see it. If we're hungry, we can feel it. Fire. Nothing's ever on fire. Fire is on things. Because if you look at it to a certain size, fire never touches anything. It just causes... Fire is just a disguised chemical reaction. Fire is just a reaction of oxygen and some thing. I don't fully understand it, but it's just a chemical reaction that goes very fast and very hot. When you split a nucleus, that's nuclear power. It's extremely hot and it's extremely powerful. Fusing two nuclei, that makes fusion. It's the most powerful thing we know of. It's the best power source we have, yet we don't use it. So we decide when to use what. If something's too hard to do, we just decide not to. If gyms made it so that you had to pay for every day you weren't at the gym, then people would go to the gym a lot more, or they would just be broke, and I don't know why that happens right just there. If we had to pay for every day we weren't at the gym, many people would be broke, and many people would just go to the gym more often. The answer is what you believe in. And I lagged. Tell me your thoughts on life. Goodbye. I said goodbye. Subscribe.